Woza. I've got legend, Bafana Bafana legend, Tsepo Masilela joining me to discuss hot off the press. Bayakhala abantu Mtsepana, bayakhala bathi thina we are trying to push the president Yama 2000, Rele Mofokeng. We try to push him out of the country. With news coming out of Israel, Maccabi Haifa are interested in the Bafana Bafana International Orlando Pirates star Rele Mofokeng. We've got a man here who spent 5 seasons at Maccabi Haifa. He says he doesn't even have to pay for groceries. He can walk into any cafe and order anything and just walk out and say cheers. Tsepo Masilela joining me to speak about this because he got a call from Israel to ask him, about Rele, because the people want to know because the story is really picking up pace over there. The interest is really high. So Mtsepana, thank you for joining us, man. I know it's unfamiliar territory for you to be talking Pirates.
No, man, thanks, Caesar. We talk everything football, man. It's not a problem.
Oh, hey, this week it's been reported, Dali. Big news coming out of Israel. Rele Mofokeng, obviously a big star, rising star in South Africa. Expected to make a big move as well, because of his displays. Maccabi Haifa, your former club, interested, and you got an interesting call this week. Let us know.
Yeah, man. I got a call from a journalist actually, in from Israel. He wanted to know more about the boy, if he can really make it that side, and is he, ready or up for the challenge, for a team like Maccabi Haifa, because Maccabi Haifa, if it's a big team in Israel, and the nice team is playing for a big team here locally. So I don't think that would be a problem. It was just those questions. They wanted to hear my thoughts or opinions. About the player.
You were on the books of Haifa. Should Rele consider them?
I've got nothing bad to say about Haifa. It's a team that time and again they do qualify for Champions League, and we've seen them playing against the likes of PSG when Messi was there. Those are the stages as a soccer player you want to be on. He again it depends on the player, but if looking at the age, it can also be a perfect stepping stone. For the player, because as I said, when you're in Israel, it's a league where they also have eyes. The European countries. When I was there, I remember the guys that I played with in my last season. Most of the guys went to Europe. Like we had a Biram Kayal at Glasgow Celtics. We had Leo Raffaello going to Club Brugge. Those are big teams. We had Tomer Hamed going to Brighton. So maybe it was like 5 or 6 guys that moved to Europe. In my last season there.
And you also ended up moving to La Liga as well. So indeed, it was a stepping stone.
Yeah, definitely, as I said, the eyes are also there on that league.
With everything that's happening, because I'm a comments I asked on that. That's it. Nimsapi was zone. Where are you taking our boy with everything that's happening there? Do you think that will affect Rele's decision making in considering Maccabi Haifa?
Definitely. Sis, when you see on TV, it's heartbreaking, and you can see good the war is real. Like right now, when it goes as far as shutting down the airspace, meaning there's no flights coming in, coming out. It tells you the seriousness of this conflict or whatever war they call it. Between them and Iran right now. So it will play on the player's mind, and also he's still got his parents around. No parent will want to see their son going to such a place at this time. But hopefully soon it will end. Hopefully soon it will end. We're all praying that they find a way, and soon we'll see the end of it.
I mean, did it ever get this bad when you were there? Did it ever get this bad in Sepana where things had to come to a halt and stop? Because, I mean, Israel has been clashing with Palestine for years, but you stayed there for 5 years. You never complained. I never heard you once talk about, you know, um, anything that maybe disturbed your peace, for lack of a better word.
No, the years that I spent there, not even once we had a siren. Normally when there's war, I know that there will be a siren. That it's more like a signal to the people to go to the bunkers. They call them bunkers. More like underground. Not even once I experienced that. Not even once. It was on the news that people died because of the conflict or the fighting. So it's so strange that in the past couple of years it's picked up and at a scary pace. So first it was the conflict with Gaza, and then now it's Iran. So it's really worrying. But when I was there, not even once airspace was closed where people cannot come or go out of the country. So yeah, man, I'm also shocked, at how things are unfolding that side.
Welcome aboard Air Mobile, the new way to mobile. Expect a seriously easy experience. We took what's wrong with mobile and made it right. We've ditched things like crazy fees, expensive contracts, and overall nonsense. Up here, the data stays fresher for longer. No more expiring after 1 month. Plus, with eSIM, you can connect in minutes. Refer a friend and you both get 5 gigabytes of mobile data. Visit airmobile.co.za to get connected. T's and C's apply.
What kind of impact do you expect should Rele decide? Hey man, I don't care what people are saying. I don't care, and maybe the war does simmer down, and Rele does decide to put his signature on the dotted line for Maccabi Haifa. What type of player do you think he would be? What type of impact do you think he would make at that club?
It's still gonna be the same player. I don't see him changing much, And you need to understand, Gucci, his style of play, is more like he's a skillful player that likes one on one. He's got the skill to get past, and he can also score goals. I know I still feel like he should be scoring more because he gets into those positions and sometimes he creates chances for himself. But again, you must know that when you move from home, it might be a case of sometimes it can take you 6 months to adjust or adapt, to the new environment. But when I look at his age, man, I think it's a perfect age for him to move abroad. And but I think he can have a big impact, in
If he calls you and says, "Grootman, I'm about to go, man. Give me some advice, ways of survival. I'm gonna be alone. First time away from my family and everything. First time away from Gauteng, etc. Give me some advice, Grootman."
No, the advice I would give to him, is he should remain the same relay, and don't be afraid of challenges, like new challenges, don't sometimes when you get to a new place, you tend to be, more reserved, or you're more, under the shell, So he looks like a bubbly boy, happy boy, who loves football, who loves to smile. You always see him with a smile on his face, So is to remain the same and work hard, man. Work hard. Nothing comes easy, If you can get to that position, don't get there and relax. You get there and you work extra hard, to make it to the next stage, or to try get to Europe.
Soccerbeat fam, Nangu Tsepo. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know if you are satisfied with what he has told Maccabi Haifa about Rele. Whether this gets you excited about the step that he might take. What you heard from Tsepo as well. If you've got any comments, any more questions for Tsepo about the situation in Israel, about living in Israel, about Maccabi Haifa, Tsepo is here. Please drop us comments. Also, don't you forget to hit that subscribe button. We are almost there. We are almost reaching 45K subscribers, getting closer to that 50K subscribers, where we'll give away lots and lots of prizes, 50K worth of prizes coming your way, community in our community here at Soccerbeat. So please hit the subscribe button. Sepana, thank you for sharing your insights, man. Hopefully, Rele will also give you that call. Should he decide to go to Israel, he'll say, "Hey, Grootman, I've decided. Thank you for that advice."
Hopefully, hopefully he moves abroad soon. It might not be Israel, but we're all hoping that he makes that move and we see how it plays out, because expectations are high, man. We still feel that, he can go like, higher and higher in his
further.
career. And thank
Exciting
you.
times, man. Thank you, Tsepana. Yabonga Njayam. Ola. Soccerbeat, hot.